So the Fair Labor Standards Act requires that those employees who are entitled to overtime receive time and a half for hours worked in excess of 40 hours per week. One of the difficulties that employers run into from time to time is what's called the donning and doffing of clothing or protective wear. That situation arises where an employee may work from 9 to 5, but they are going to be required at the front end of their job to gear up, so to speak, in terms of putting on protective gear. And then at the end of their shift, what's called doffing, or taking off your protective gear. And so there's been some litigation recently, the most significant of which is a case called Sandifer, which is at the United States Supreme Court in 2014, that dealt with that issue. And ultimately the court determined that employees are entitled to be compensated for the time during which they are putting on their protective gear and taking off their protective gear. Where that may come into play in the construction industry would be if an employer asks that the employees be at a job site at 8 a.m. ready to work, but they needed 10 minutes to put on their protective gear. The employer would be responsible for compensating the employees for those 10 minutes, as well as the 10 to 15 minutes at the end of the day